We can start where you began in your journey by being a therapist and then opening up to these higher understandings and then including how'd you integrate that into your practice?
Yeah.
Right, right. Well, you know, it's strange how it happened, and now what is strange seems so normal. But basically, when I was helping clients, I started noticing that I was opening up to this gift, which, you know, some people call it a psychic gift, some people call it intuition. But what was happening is I was noticing that I would have this energy flowing through my body, I mean, a tremendous electrical sensation. And at the same time that would happen, I would have an understanding, for example, that someone was feeling pain in their chest, tightness or anxiety. Or in some cases, I would actually see where there was an entity or some kind of energy attached to the person. For example, one time I was looking at a woman, and as she was saying to me that she's having trouble speaking, she always had trouble speaking her truth, like she couldn't speak up, and there was this huge brown blob like out in her aura right in front of her. I did not tell her that I saw that because I didn't have social permission at the time to talk about that.
Isn't that amazing?
It's fascinating, really.
But then how do you integrate that into a psychological therapy?
Well, and that's the other thing. At the same time I was opening to these things, I started investigating within myself. I'm like, wait a minute. Do I have a psychic gift? Do I have a gift, or have I always had this? And is this something that should be used in the process of helping people psychologically? And so I started reading, and I started talking to other therapists, and funny, there was plenty of literature about energies that flow through the body and the fact that we're all made of energy, and our energy interacts with the other people's energy, and that we can actually help them shift. But the other thing was, as I investigated within myself, I noticed, you know, I must have swept under the rug all these psychic experiences I had from when I was a child on, because as I opened and remembered, I was doing this for years. For example, I had predicted that something terrible was going to happen once with my sister, and I told my mother to change a flight, to rearrange the flight for another day, and the plane she was supposed to be on wound up crashing. So it's a good thing I spoke up with that.
Yeah.
But as far as integrating it with psychology, you know, it's very important for us to shift out of old thinking, such as in academia they would tell us, now don't think you can read the minds of your clients.
Right.
Well, that's what they would say, but the truth of the matter is we really can read minds if we're open to our psychic and intuitive abilities. Now, does that mean that I have to spew out everything that I see going on in a person's life to them? Well, no. You know, I'm not there to be a voyeur or to embarrass them or to tell them I see things that they're not ready to share.
And was it always validated even as a child? I mean,
it was not.
Yeah.
It was not. In fact, I grew up in a family and in a community where that kind of thing wasn't really even talked about. So the word psychic, you know.
Nobody talked about psychic when they were growing up. They were weird, you know. People who were they were like the fortune tellers on the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, would you say you had to suppress yourself growing up?
No. Yes, I would say that I didn't even actively suppress it. It was really more of a subconscious suppressing. It was just sort of, you know, nothing was beckoning me to, as in a teacher's or a parent's approval, or not approval from a priest. I was in the Catholic Church at the time, saying that, you know, you should really work on that talent of yours, you know. No one was doing that.
But you came to it on your own, and now how do you approach the people, the therapy that you're working with? How do you tell them, hey, I'm also working on this level?
I don't even go that far. I go beyond that. You know, I used to do that. I used to say, well, by the way, I also have these abilities, so if you're interested, I can help you spiritually. And now I'm fully out about it, and I tell people, I even advertise as that on my website. It's basically, I do spiritual healing work, I work with energies, I work with elements of the universe that are not necessarily physical, and I am able to help you shift energy, which is actually the source of your problem.